Mentoring made a difference to me because it gave a human perspective to job seeking.
Personally, I think I have become more self-aware and I've also become more confident.
The mentoring partnership is a simple but magical idea. It connects two people, no matter where they come from or what language they speak. The only thing that matters is that they share a common occupation. And through this commonality, doors are opened, bridges are built, and lives are changed. And that's the magic.
Well, mentoring is a wonderful example of our key value. One of our core values is being an employer of choice. And in order to be an employer of choice, we need to A, develop the skills of our managers and our people, and B, be able to attract the very best talent in the city. And being involved in mentoring allows us to do both of those things.
I've had a couple of big surprises. One is just how many skilled immigrants there are that are out there, and it's like in many ways they're invisible. We were two ships passing in the night. We had this big need for skilled people. There's a large pool of skilled immigrants, and we had no idea.
Before I joined this mentoring partnership, I wasn't sure at all if I really do have the proper skill sets and if I'm really job ready for the Canadian workplace. With Jerry's help, I was able to build my network of contacts here in Canada, which I think is really the key, because my resume is now going to the right places and I'm getting interviews.
Provides great support and resources in two ways. One, they have this fantastic handbook that is great for mentors and mentees. It describes the regular conversations that you should be having, what are sample agendas, good questions to debrief, some common experiences and other tools. And then they have coaches that can walk you through specifics of any situation or concerns or issues that you need help with. It's still the same kind of relationship, or are we talking about?
Integrating students from immigrant families, teaching the weakest and the strongest at the same time. That is the aim of QIMS in Zurich, quality at multicultural schools. Nearly every fourth resident was born abroad. Second-generation immigrant origin students are an example of successful integration in Switzerland. These are children born in the country. Their school attainment is only 1 year behind that of native students. In Germany, this difference is more than 2 years. Fourth graders at school Buhl are learning counting in Tamil. They are learning a bit of every language spoken in the classroom.
Every morning we say hello in this language. It creates respect for the different languages and cultures.
QIMS was a school experiment for 10 years. Since 2008, it is part of state law, obligatory for all elementary schools of the canton of Zurich, with more than 40% foreign and foreign language children. There are 200 QIMS schools now. They get additional funding and send their teachers for training to improve their ability to teach diverse student bodies.
It is essential for teachers to know what they are talking about, to understand multiculturalism and to use their multicultural knowledge in the classroom.
In de Haagse stationsbuurt, de Schilderswijk en Transvaal, het City Mondiaalgebied, is al 85% van de bewoners van een andere etnische achtergrond. City Mondiaal promoot deze wijken in en buiten Den Haag. De etnische ondernemers en culturele instellingen bieden in deze wijken een breed scala van producten en diensten aan. Wie de culturele diversiteit in deze wijken wil ontdekken, kan terecht bij het City Mondiaal Informatiecentrum aan de Wagenstraat. De basis van City Mondiaal is de wandelroute. De route kunt u lopend, fietsend en zelfs op de step volgen. Komt u met een groep, dan gaat u onder begeleiding van een gids door het City Mondial gebied. Nog leuker is het als u de route uitbreidt met een bezoek aan bijvoorbeeld een moskee, Hindoestaanse tempel of het Oosters badhuis de Hammam. Met een groep een workshop doen kan ook. Chinese kalligrafie, tai chi, Afrikaans trommelen of een sari-show. Het is allemaal mogelijk. Uiteraard is er langs de route volop gelegenheid om af en toe te stoppen voor koffie met Turkse baklava of Chinese thee met dimsum hapjes. Voor individuele wandelaars is bij het City Mondial Informatiecentrum en bij de VVV's in Den Haag de wandelroute te verkrijgen. Met de kaart in de hand kunt u zelf op ontdekkingstocht door kleurrijk Den Haag. Neemt u de tijd om de verschillende winkeltjes te bekijken. Chinese toko's, Indiase godenbeelden, Marokkaanse koekjes, Iraanse rozenjam en nog veel meer. Ook de Haagse markt mag niet ontbreken tijdens uw bezoek aan City Mondial. 4 dagen in de week. Maandag, woensdag, vrijdag en zaterdag kunt u op deze markt terecht voor een uitgebreide sortering exotische groenten en fruit en vele soorten verse vis.
C.E.O. Women presents an educational telenovela that does more than educate. It inspires. Where women dare to dream. Where women persevere. Where women strive for a better life. Welcome to the Grand Cafe. 4 women from different countries. They have different struggles.
Oh, take it easy, woman. You're gonna break a nail.
I'm sorry. We prefer clients who have a credit history.
Do you have a budget?
No, not really.
I can't stand it, Yolanda. These kids are driving me crazy.
But they have one dream in common.
We all want to be successful entrepreneurs. We're ready to take chances.
They strive for economic independence and a better future in America. But what will stand in the way of their happiness?
Your business startup class. That's all you care about.
Antonio, you're mine.
Their hopes, challenges, triumphs, and secrets are all revealed here.
Welcome to the Grand Cafe.
By weaving together drama with education, the Grand Cafe engages and empowers women in the same way Sesame Street revolutionized children's TV.
I'm here to help you with your ideas. I'm your business startup coach, Rebecca Smith.
Each episode includes practical advice from business professionals and established entrepreneurs.
The biggest barriers that I've had in starting a business was to overcome myself, my own fears and doubts and self-belief.
A personal budget allows you to understand what your personal expenses are and therefore how successful your business needs to be.
When you succeed, your neighborhood thrives, your city succeeds, and everyone wins.
At the end of each episode, students complete an assignment based on what they learned.
Practice networking.
The characters in the Grand Cafe were developed with the audience in mind, to empower women to pursue their dreams in spite of the challenges that lay ahead, and to make better lives for themselves and their families. Because anything can happen at the Grand Cafe.
To us.
To us.
Isonfire was founded in 2003 by playwright Sonia Linden. The company sees theatre as a natural medium to communicate stories that make real and relevant the impact. Isonfire was founded in 2003 by playwright Sonia Linden. The company sees theatre as a natural medium to communicate stories that make real and relevant the impact of human rights issues on our everyday lives.
The first play that Isonfire did was a play that I wrote while I was at the Medical Foundation for the Care of Victims of Torture, which is a human rights organisation where I was writer-in-residence for a number of years. And the play was called I Have Before Me a Remarkable Document Given to Me by a Young Lady from Rwanda. While I was there, I was helping people to write out their experiences, but I was very keen also to try and get their stories into the public domain through their own writing. And also possibly through mine, and that really seeded the idea for the theatre company, to create a theatre company that could put into the public domain these quite remarkable stories.
Isonfire productions have been seen by over 6,000 people. Welcome to Ramallah, a co-production with York Theatre Royal, had a sellout season in London in 2008 and had its US premiere in San Diego in 2009. Crocodile Seeking Refuge toured the UK in 2006 to venues including Royal Exchange Manchester after successfully opening the Lyric Hammersmiths mixed season in 2005. Young Lady from Rwanda not only sold out its original productions, but has now been performed all over the world, including 25 productions in the United States.
Can I give you my writing now? Then you can show me my mistakes.
Juliet, I brought you here to get away from all of that
But I need my writing lessons, Simon. I need to learn so I can make my book good.
Production is for essentially a general theatre-going public, and depending on the theme of the play, there will be specific groups that we go to. So for example, last year's production was Welcome to Ramallah, which is about the Israel-Palestine conflict, and there were lots of people who were interested and involved in that, who came to see the work, and we followed that up with post-show discussions, which, you know, attracted a lot of attention.
Isonfire's projects are divided across 4 strands: production, participation, education, and outreach, also known as Actors for Human Rights.
My name is Layth Al-Bayati. I am from Iraq.
My name is Sarah Siddiq. I come from Sudan. I live in Cardiff.
My name is Andum. I come from Eritrea.
My name is Hashim. I came from Afghanistan. Now I live in Cardiff.
The traumas that sometimes people come from and are trying to rebuild their lives in this country often mean that we need to build up their confidence. They're at an all-time low as far as their lives are concerned in some circumstances, particularly asylum seekers. And it's our job to try and rebuild their confidence. And one of the most important ways in which we can do that is to try and give them the language skills that opens up access to all aspects of life in the UK.
ESOL classes are a really important mechanism by which we can help people help themselves. We want to empower them. They tell us that's what they want to do.
We wrote a book to help people to learn English.
ESOL is English for speakers of other languages. Our purpose is essentially to enable learners who come into this country presenting all manner of needs to start a new life in the United Kingdom.
To be shown as the police are here to help you.
There were many people arriving in this country who had very little knowledge about the laws of this country and therefore unwittingly were breaking the law. Often people are very highly qualified or highly skilled from their own countries, and they want to be able to utilise those skills for society and for functioning in Wales.
Today was a typical session, a typical ESOL or PLESOL training session for many of the ESOL students. I am very much aware of the fact that many people who are coming to our country have had different experiences about the police. And so it's so important with these people coming to settle and integrate within our communities that they know that the police in the UK are here to help. And it's all about getting that message across in terms of what their rights are in law. I thoroughly enjoy coming to these sessions and to have fun and enjoyment in a learning experience and still nevertheless getting the message across is just a fantastic experience. I love being a part of that.
Eu era sempre chamada para a escola para ir ouvir queixa de Miguel, que queixa que ele fazia, pronto, que ele portava mal na aula, que a professora falava que ele não prestava atenção, que a professora falava com ele que ele batia com a porta, que ele comia pastilha na sala de aula, que ele tirava os colegas com pastilha. O que aconteceu depois? Ele teve umas faltas que a professora disse que ele já tinha 60 faltas que já não era permitido, que ele tinha que ser expulso da escola, que ele não ia lá fazer nada. Isto foi mesmo a diretora mesmo que me disse, que mal valia eu levar ali para o único trabalho para ele lá ajudar a lavar as panelas, que porque ele para a escola já não dava. Ele agora, depois de conhecer o Júnior, parece que convivência já é outro ali, que ele está assim mais aberto. O Júnior e o professor da TL, ali da Junta de Freguesia. É que o Júnior apareceu nos bons momentos. Que na altura que ele conheceu o Júnior, o Miguel estava ali perdido.
Eu morava tipo numas barracas, não tínhamos em condições. E depois a minha mãe faleceu no ano passado e o meu vizinho me deu com a mamãe. Porque se não fosse essa minha vizinha, eu não fazia este curso. Eu estive a estagiar um mês e meio em Alfornelos. Então eles gostaram muito de mim e disseram que é para eu ir fazer os estágios 9 meses. Olá. Depois quando eu acabar de fazer os estágios 9 meses, vou se calhar fazer um curso de massagem. tirar o curso.
A lot of people arrive at the ports of Britain and they may be fleeing war and famine, persecution and poverty, and what they're looking for is really protection for themselves and their family. If you look at the language people use in relation to foreigners, strangers who come to live amongst us, it's extremely hostile. And we need a new kind of language, a new kind of idea, which is about welcome and hospitality. City of Sanctuary is really an idea under which people from all backgrounds can work together to create a culture of welcome.
It's a positive term. Everyone can relate to the idea of sanctuary as a place of safety, a place of peace. And that has a real meaning, a very positive meaning for people who are seeking sanctuary from war or persecution in their own country.
In 2005, Craig Barnett and I began to think about Sheffield being a city of sanctuary.
Interject came up with this idea of, what about the aim of becoming a city of sanctuary, which, when I first heard it, I thought, wow, that is impossible, it seems so ambitious, the idea that we could turn around this whole debate in terms of a goal like that.
We convened a meeting of the different organisations working in our city, supporting the most vulnerable amongst us. And immediately all those people there, all the organisations agreed to work together around this idea of sanctuary to make and to build a culture of welcome and hospitality here.
I've been in this country. I've been in how many years?
I've been here.
Yeah.
And this one? The boy.
Boy.
That's it.
Boy.
I got this.
Conversation Club is like a family. We meet primarily for asylum seekers to come and practice their conversational English.
My friend's just turning 21, she's having a big birthday. Big birthday. It's like becoming an adult in England. So.
A sanctuary to me is simply somewhere where people can come and feel wanted, feel comfortable, respected.
Jelly, faster.
I'm coming here, somebody, my friend, living here, cooking, tea, coffee, speaking, cooking, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, finish and go home. Fantastic.
There's so many advantages to being a Canadian, and it takes being somebody from outside Canada to realize that often and to say, I'm going to make that leap of faith, I'm going to become a Canadian.
Carry out in full partnership with Citizenship and Immigration Canada is a 1-hour roundtable discussion in which our new Canadian citizens have the opportunity of telling their story to prominent community leaders from the so-called larger community of established or homegrown Canadians, if you will. It's meant to be informal, it's meant to be fun. It's an opportunity for us to learn from you, to hear from you, and maybe it's an opportunity for you to learn a little bit from us.
I think the roundtable discussions are so important to our ceremonies. I think they give people a chance to say what they believe. They don't feel frightened. They don't feel that somebody's going to hold it against them if they say they hate snow or they don't like the cold weather or they wish they could have their credentials recognized. They don't feel that we will say, oh, well, then you shouldn't be part of us. They feel that we will understand them. And I think that's very important. That's why the round tables are important, to give a context of understanding to new citizens.
We're very happy. I love my job here.
So, as far as I'm concerned, Canada is my home. I've been here long enough for that.
I came from Sri Lanka.
My wedding's in September.
I was so excited. And you should see me playing in the snow like a 2-year-old.
Becoming a citizen today is a wonderful feeling. It's a major accomplishment for myself and my family. I'm proud to be Canadian.
Canadian passport really does open up a lot of places in the world for me to visit and also to represent Canada. And I believe Canadian tourists are always very well welcomed and they have a good reputation through the world.
The Institute was merely a means of helping new Canadians feel that they belong, that the country is their country and that they can participate in it and that they are free to be everywhere in the country and feel that it belongs to them.
And now you can officially say that you're Canadian, just as any Canadian who is born on Canadian soil. So I'd like you to practice that. Can you say, I'm Canadian? Comes in really handy.